All right, guys. So we're going to continue that $12 maximum shipping for now. I don't know how long it's going to last, though. So be ready. Be ready for it to go up. But we may be able to keep it. Non-applicable. I'm getting your package out today. The makeup one. Sorry about that. Hey, guys. How you guys doing? So we are doing the do we have shipping delays? A few. Everything we're almost fully caught up. So we got another big pile going out today that catches us through August 5th. So everything will be most of the stuff was sent. Some of you guys, we got another pile going out today. So I'll check on that. Is it July like 28th? We got a few from July 28th going out today. All right, yeah, that's going out. Everything through 28th will be caught up. So anyone else having yay. Oh my god, sorry for that delay. Yep, and we got maximum shipping of $12 for today's show. I'm doing this show by show. I don't know how well it'll work. So I gotta see. I may not be able to keep up this $12 shipping, but I'm gonna strive to. Good morning, guys. We got $12 maximum shipping on the show today. So it's better than what it was. Oh, good. I do have it. We got a lot of freaking mosquitoes. I'm drinking my medium estate. It's yummy. Don't have any more pea berry, guys. We're out. Mm, these honeys are crazy. I'm not gonna. I don't know about selling these honeys anymore. So grab your coffee while you can, guys. Get it. Shipping prices. I might raise it to like 15. I don't know. Right now, we're experimenting. I see how easy it is to do. So I gotta shave. Got a little bit of pea berry left, so grab it while you can. And again, it's maximum shipping of $12 today. And this is gonna be all freshly roasted coffee. Man, I should get more of that ginger. That's good stuff. All right. Do our first giveaway. Collection of knives. Yeah, that's my wife here. Don't look at that. Guys are drinking the white coffee. You like the medium estate? I like that medium estate too. Banks just don't like me. Hey, Peaberry. Peaberry's really good. Well, thanks for your support, guys. I appreciate it. I know our shipping's not great. I don't know. I think I'll have to simplify it. If I get rid of all these samples, our shipping will improve. So I guess most of you guys have gotten samples already, and maybe we just need to get rid of the samples. Although, okay, so let's see. What can we do? Man, this is the longest I've ever had facial hair. I need to shave today. It's out of control. Out of control. Let's see what we got. I'm gonna do. Maybe I'll only do like one sample size. I don't know. All right. So I'm just gonna test run this. Here's a sample of our dark. So if you guys are just joining us, coming at you live from Rooster Farms. This coffee was roasted on Monday. We've got another batch roasting tomorrow. Our max shipping is $12 per show. And this is 100% Hawaiian coffee. This coffee is all grown on the Big Island of Hawaii. Ed's Natural. Um, this coffee is never sprayed with any chemical pesticides. We're only using naturally occurring soil funguses and soil bacterias. So the coffee is going to be a lot cleaner than probably most of the coffees you guys are getting. Won't give you the jitters, won't give you acid reflux. It's sweet and smooth. Won't give you the poops, right? I think that's the biggest one. A lot of people, when you drink coffee, you get the poops. And some people like that. Isn't it weird? People, a lot of people, everyone likes some. Let's not get into that. But some people like that. Some people even need it. Hands of. So if you guys are just joining us, $12 maximum shipping. And this is 100% Hawaiian coffee right here. This is the dark Hawaiian. I would suggest the dark Hawaiian is the one you start with. Here's our dark Hawaiian here. These beans are going to be quite a bit larger than beans from anywhere else in the world. Really clean and sweet beans. We don't spray the coffee with any chemical pesticides. We're only using naturally occurring soil funguses and soil bacteria. So the beans here grow larger than beans from anywhere else in the world. And once you get past, yay, once you get past that $12 shipping, it's unlimited shipping for this show. I'm going to try to do a longer show today. I put it in my show notes. I don't really know how else to pin it. Doesn't seem to. Oh, that's right. I can do that. There we go. I forgot this platform. There we go. So getting you guys past this initial hump. It's going to be kind of a pain in the ass to do these shows. I mean, the shipping, because I have to manually enter in your tracking into the system. They make it hard. I don't know if they're doing it on purpose. Did some from August 5th already go out? Wow, some from August 5th already went out. Wait, what? No, they didn't. Right. So, all right. So we're gonna dark side. How you doing? It's mine. I'm eating your shipping cost. So you know, because it's because they're letting me print my own labels, and my labels are a little bit cheaper. I don't know. They really didn't negotiate for Hawaii, so my labels are a little bit cheaper, but I have to manually enter in your. I have to manually enter your information. So these are 2 ounce samples of our dark Hawaiian here. This is yeah, it's so it doesn't work for Hawaii. They're charging you guys crazy prices for Hawaii. Like they're charging you the full commercial price for Hawaii, and on my other shipping platforms, it's still way cheaper. So so many mosquitoes. So yeah, so 100% Hawaiian coffee here. This is all grown in the U.S. This coffee is guaranteed not to give you any acid reflux or indigestion, or it will give you 100% of your money back. The coffee is a lot sweeter and smoother than coffee from anywhere else in the world. Um, won't give you acid reflux, won't give you indigestion, and that's because of how we pick the coffee, right? We pick all the coffee by hand. We only pick the coffee that's deep red, purple, or brown. We only pick the coffee that's ready to fall off the tree to the touch. And for that reason, the beans here grow larger than beans and much sweeter than beans from anywhere else in the world. Um, it's a smoother cup of coffee. We're getting into picking season, so I think we're not quite there yet. So we're not quite getting this year's coffee. We will get it pretty soon, which will be fun. This is still last year's coffee. People, I hate when people text me. The sad part about not trusting anyone is when people want to be friends with me. I'm just like, I can't. I'm not trying to be your friend. Too risky. Friends are too risky. It's unfortunate. All right, let's do a medium. Let's do a medium. I don't have a medium. Man, this thing is just all over the place. Medium dark, 12 ounce medium. So let's do a medium sampler now. Yeah, I think in order to make shipping a little bit better, I have to restrict. Um, Man, what is this? I gotta restrict. Here we go. Okay. I have to restrict what's available. All right, here's a medium sampler now. This is a 2 ounce of the medium Hawaiian, and this one will have more of that sweetness, right? More of that sweetness of the specialty coffee. This medium was also just roasted on Monday, and this one has that chocolate, kind of chocolate raisin flavor. I'm gonna have to run these for 4. So Hawaiian coffee is the kind of the first grade of coffee that we mill out that, we can tell you that comes from Hawaii. We do have that off grade, which is actually really good coffee as well. I don't know exactly why we're not allowed to sell it, but some of the off grade coffee will be moldy, but our coffee, this off grade is really well. It's just the standards are all over. It's like the Wild West of coffee. So fortunately, guess we have a reputation to protect. So our off grade is tasty. I'll run some of that. That's the best value, best deal. I don't have that much of it. this time. I only got probably after yesterday. I probably have like 20 pounds of it left, so I won't sell too much of it. From flower to fruit, it takes 9 months. It's a tree crop, right? So it's constantly producing, constantly replenishing itself. In terms of from seed to fruit, it takes three years to get our first big harvest. And then after that, we prune the tree back to the stump, let it regrow, reshoot, and then we get we they're in 3 year cycles. If you guys want a 12-ounce bag, let's do this auction. Let's see what happens if I do some auctions. So again, $12 maximum shipping. Here's a 12-ounce bag of our medium Hawaiian, and this is a larger bag. This comes in a resealable bag here. And how many trees would it take to supply oneself for life? That's a good question. Each tree on the third year gives you 1 to 2 pounds of coffee. So you kind of got to figure that out. 1 to 2 pounds of coffee per tree. Our smoothest light roast, I would say right now, is the only light roast that we have would be the light Hawaiian. I also have a light natural estate, but the natural coffee is actually a little bit less smooth. It's actually dried in its fruit skin, so it's a little bit less smooth. Let me see if I got this here. So I got a light natural and I got a light Hawaiian. Wow, it's a lot easier. 500 pounds of coffee in a lifetime. So you need 1,500 trees. No, you would need, yeah, 1,500 because you want to have the 3 year rotation. Let's do another 12-ounce bag here of the medium roast. I only have about 20 pounds of the medium roast left. But I should be getting more tomorrow. So I use this. This cup is big. This is a good 16 ounces. And but it's not so much the cup. You want to use one. It's a 1 to 16 ratio. So 1 part coffee, 16 parts water. So whatever that works out to. 1,500. I only have about 2,500 trees. So yeah. So it is. Let's do a white. So it's a lot of work, guys. There's a bumper sticker out here that says "Friends don't let friends buy coffee farms," and yeah, it's not easy. It's actually very hard. It's a little bit too hard. I guess we'll sell the honey, right? We'll just sell the honey. I'm still figuring out the packing, so I appreciate you guys taking the refunds. Let me see if I got the white coffee. I don't know exactly if I do. So the next item we got is a white coffee here. And we got the 8 ounce of the white. This is the white fancy. I'll do one of these at a $1 start, but these are these are gonna need to be like 35 bucks, a little bit more than before. Yeah, this shipping shipping makes inflation. So this is the high grade white. This is the flawless white beans, and these are 18 screen coffee and very very sweet. Doesn't taste like coffee, right? This one tastes like a corn tea, and this is the flawless bean. So these are the bigger beans, And Randa Daddy got a great deal on that. All right. This is an 8-ounce bag of the white. We also have a white Hawaiian, but this needs to be actually $35. So if you guys want the white fancy, I don't think so. I make it from drip and it tastes good now. This is the only community with coffee farms though. Coffee only grows in Hawaii, so but it is a lot of work. Especially if you're doing it organically, it's just a crazy amount of work to do this stuff organically. The amount of weed whacking in Hawaii is crazy. I'm I'm like a master weed whacker now. I mean, everyone has one thing they're really good at, right? And some people are good at spreadsheets, some people are good at pottery. I'm good at weed whacking. Like I've got it. There's certain things that you do so much in your life that you become amazing at it. And for me, it's weed whacking. I wish I'd went into pottery, but but the weed whacking, yep. I am I am a amazing whacker. That's my one thing. Unless some people are good at math, some people are good at computer programming. I'm good at weed whacking. My parents would be not that proud. Actually, look, good thing my dad died when I was young. All right, let's do the Hawaiian white. Better deal. Doesn't look like we have that much appetite for the expensive. And again, maximum shipping on this is $12. So once you get past that shipping hump hurdle, then you can start. Then you're in business. All right, so here's a $1 start on the white Hawaiian. White Hawaiian, the beans are, not as clean. They're not pretty like the extra fancy beans, but they're all coming off the same trees and taste almost the same. Again, the white coffee tastes like a toasted corn, so it's very sweet. A little bit sweeter than the light roast. Actually, light roast you start bringing out the acidity. So in the white Hawaiian, there isn't any acidity, and this is a $35 bag. You guys are getting it for $14, man. You guys are lowballing me today. So we'll just have to run these at 26. And the white Hawaiian is like drinking an energy drink. Really, really strong stuff. Um, yeah, so if you guys are looking for that energy boost, I would say the white coffee is the way to go. And all right, we also have a 3 pound of white. There you go. Look into my garbage pile again. Let me maybe do some samples. You guys like these samples? How's everyone? How's all the other whatnot sellers with their with the changed shipping prices? I know my wife changed our shipping prices on our website, and now it killed the sales. I'm just like, why don't you just eat the shipping? All right, let's do a $1 start on this white sample. Better for you. I'm eating the cost. Yeah. So if I was using whatnot system, they were charging you guys like $18 for 3 pounds, which is just ridiculous. So they were just I don't know what they were doing, but they didn't negotiate for us. So, but I get pretty good shipping rates on ground from Hawaii. So now I just gotta manually enter in your orders. I got bring your own labels from whatnot. So at least they did that. At least they did that. This is a white Hawaiian. This one gives you that buzz, almost like, oh, sorry, $1 start on that. Almost like a, why is that $1 start? So annoying. It's almost like a energy drink in a cup. That's an auction. So really, really good stuff. Healthy. You feel it in your joints. All you need is a little bit. You don't really need to use that much of it. You can use too much. Bulk bedding, $130. I gotta sell some bulk bedding. You only need a tiny little shot. Yeah, you can drink too much of it, and then you're gonna be going off the deep end. I know when I drink too much of it, I start complaining and moaning, and I become a dick. I start making fun of communists. It's nice and smooth, right? It doesn't taste like coffee. It doesn't taste like coffee. I start generalizing, and then my wife tells me, "Don't generalize, Ed. Remember, guys, when you buy this coffee, you're not actually supporting me, you're supporting my wife, who's the opposite of me. So if you disagree with the things I say, remember it's coming from a place of oppression, right? Because I yesterday I was talking about slaves and how slaves don't want to be free. I'm my wife's slave, and I fear freedom. I fear it. I don't want to be free. I don't want to have to deal with that. Super light, yeah. Almost like a toasted tea. Toasty tea. If you guys want 2 pounds of the white fancy, I'll do that for $110. So this is 2 full pounds of the white fancy. I'm cool. People like me at first. Like everyone usually likes me at first. And then after a while, then they don't like me anymore. I'm too intense. But at first, you guys all like me at first. If we're just so casual friends, I've learned is the only way to go. But once you don't you don't want to get to know me too much. People always start out liking me, and then it becomes a disaster. And then they run. They run. They run, and then they come back. But by the time they come back, I'm like, I don't want to talk to you anymore. That's how it always is. So they run. Here's 3 pounds of dark OG. 3 pounds for $45. Super cheap. This is the daily drinking grade of our coffee. Can't go wrong with the dark OG. And the pea berry is really good. I'll run a few of the pea berry. I'm running out of pea berry. I have almost no pea berry left. But here's some dark OG. I'm already feeling. The white coffee makes you want to stretch. You guys ever just how everything just feels so good when you first drink the white coffee. You're just like, I want to stretch out all of my muscles. All your injuries feel like they're okay. All right. Else we got going on here? We got 3 pounds of dark Hawaiian. If you guys want a larger batch of the dark Hawaiian, 3 pounds of the dark Hawaiian. Katura probably won't happen until October. Hieroglyphics on dogs. I do. The dog is a deer fowl. The word for dog in hieroglyphics is a deer and a fowl. And that becomes dog. Dowl. I don't know how that becomes dog, but your husband likes the meth coffee. Which corporation? If you want, Sosnes, if you want to send me, if you want to send me some money, yeah, the Katura is rare. I might be able to get some pretty soon. Here's a 12 2-ounce bag of the fancy white. If you guys want just a quick 2-ounce bag, largest Becton Dickinson. Is that still in existence? Oh, and Zawubs, you won a giveaway. Congratulations. So here's a 2-ounce of our fancy white Kona. Why don't I run one of those at a start? Remember, $12 maximum shipping on this show. Here's a $1 start. This is Hawaiian donkey turd, Fort Lob. In a pound of this coffee, parent pickers $10 to $15. So that's why it's more expensive. You know, in other places they're getting paid 10 cents in a pound of coffee. So our coffee is just way more expensive because of our labor costs, but it's also way sweeter. It's guaranteed it won't give you any acid reflux or indigestion because of how ripe the coffee is, how fresh the coffee is. Right, we keep the coffee in the shell until we need to use it. So the coffee is just way sweeter than coffee you guys are getting anywhere else in the world. Let's do a sample of the pea berry. And so it really comes down to the picking and how fresh it is. A lot of the coffee you guys are buying is moldy at every step of the way. You know, coffee is an extremely nutritious product, and so mold loves it. And when you shell the coffee, it's already starting to go bad. Then when you do another bag of the medium pea berry, but remember this pea berry, this is the end of my pea berry. I might be able to get more. So I can't. I don't want to answer that question about diabetes. I don't know. I would say white coffee supposedly is helps support healthy blood sugar levels, but I would still consult a doctor. And these need to be a little bit more, should be like $8, $10. $5 is a little bit low. Scott Tang is the only one with the free shipping right now, so he's pulling them in. Although if you win a giveaway, you got some good shipping as well. So Scott Tang is taking advantage of that maximum $12. $12. You guys love these samples. For me, when I see these samples, it's just a nightmare to pack. I'm just like, it just hurts my head when I see these sample orders. Yeah, it's a nightmare to pack these samples. So I just complain about it. I'm a complainer. The coffee is a lot smoother. So if you've never tried this coffee before, it means you're new to coffee, or it means it says something about you. if you've never heard about Kona coffee. It got scanned though, right, Melissa? I hope. If it didn't, we got a last batch that's caught up on everything. Everything through July should be all caught up. So yeah, we're still working on that. Here's another 2 ounce of the dark Hawaiian. Remember, once you pay for that $8 shipping, everything else on the shipping price should go way down. So make sure you get your shipping in. I don't know how long I'm gonna be able to keep this $12 shipping thing because it might stay, but I have to experiment because they're making it's a lot more work to enter all the products into the system. So we'll see how that does. And if you guys have any requests, let me know. Yeah, I hate selling samples. There no more Katora. Not until maybe October, maybe late September. So all we have is these items here. This is the Hawaiian 2 ounce samples of the Hawaiian. The dark Hawaiian tastes like a freshly baked chocolate pastry. Yay. Yay. Everything's getting scanned. I could run a 12 ounce dark Hawaiian. Let me run that for you. Let's do a $1 start on this. Got to get it above $20, otherwise I'm not doing any more $1 starts on the larger bag. So here's a 12 ounce bag of the dark Hawaiian. And this was just roasted on Monday, so very extremely fresh. Nice big beans, pretty clean. And hopefully that honey came without any problems. Usually it goes to Honolulu and then suddenly it'll hit your it'll suddenly arrive from Honolulu. So sometimes they like to inspect my packages. I think they're just sure that I'm selling you guys drugs. I think a lot of people do that from Hawaii. They sell drugs. So like one of the coffee farms was actually smuggling cocaine. Another $1 start on this 12 ounce Hawaiian. Yeah, one of the coffee farms, I won't tell you which one, they were actually smuggling cocaine from Colombia and sending it in their coffee because coffee blocks cocaine. And so that was happening. So, it's a legitimate concern. $13. Not happening. Is cocaine legal now? Man, things have just gotten too liberal. Oh, pot. They're making it illegal again. I used to care about pot being legal, but now I don't use it anymore, so I don't care. Just make it illegal. Just make it illegal. Higher profits for illegal things. I always thought it was to protect the local drug dealers, right? Because if you make it legal, now pot prices are like, you can get pot here for like $70 an ounce, $50 an ounce. But when it was illegal, it's $400 an ounce. So what are the pot dealers gonna do? You got to keep it illegal. We're killing the farmers. You got to think about the farmers. Farmers make most of their money selling weed. And now it went from $400 an ounce to $50 an ounce, all because you guys want it to be legal. You guys are autistic. You th- Now, yeah, now you got farmers, they got to sling hard drugs. Now you're making them sell you meth instead of weed. You're just making the problem worse. If we kept it illegal, now the kids, they're only going to want to smoke weed and they think they're hardcore. But now you got people smoking meth because weed is legal. They're like, oh, we don't want to smoke weed. That legal stuff, that's for grandpa. And now we're smoking fentanyl. So just making the problem worse. Keep it illegal. You know, every illegal substance is like a hurdle for people who like to do illegal things. When you take down one hurdle, the next illegal thing becomes easier to approach. So now instead of smoking weed, the kids are smoking fentanyl. I mean, that's what they say, but that's not true either. It is, I guess, but it's different. Let's just keep everything illegal. This way, if you need someone, if you need to put someone in jail, it's easier, right? Now you gotta catch them doing something else. You can't even catch them with weed anymore. Before, half the people smoked weed, so if you needed someone in jail, you just got them for weed. So much easier. Now, now you gotta, set them up with something else. So much easier. All right, we got 2 ounces of fancy white coffee. If you guys want the white coffee, I think the white coffee is kicking in for me. So here's some white coffee for your aches and pains. Like now the local guy who you need to throw in prison, you can't get him for weed anymore. It used to be you could just get him for weed. So anyone who you needed to throw in jail, you could just get him on weed. But now you can't do that anymore. Now all those gangsters, you got to try to catch them robbing a liquor store. Whereas before, you could just pull up to their house and get them on weed. You're making it harder for cops, making it harder to enforce the law, making everything legal. You're autistic. It used to be you had a violent guy from the military who you needed to throw into prison to keep them from assaulting their wife, and you could just get them on weed. Now, now how are you going to get them off the streets? Exactly. Now they don't care because it's just pot. Now you got to get him for beating his wife. You got to actually catch him in the act. You can't just go off rumors anymore. Just making everything harder, making the world more violent. You're not considering people, what people need. See, Ron knows what I'm talking about. He knows what I'm talking about. Now you got that alcoholic, and you could have gotten him, could have put him away on weed. Now what? Now you just gotta let him crash his car into a tree and catch him on a DUI. It's just harder. Everything's more dangerous now. Everything's more dangerous now. The Japanese used to say, you know, the kind of Japanese people who move to Hawaii? It's not the good kind. It's not the good kind of Japanese people. So you gotta have a way to send them to jail. They would have been in jail anyway if they stayed in their home countries. This line of thinking is not selling any coffee. I don't know if this $12 this isn't working out, guys. This is not working out. You're Japanese. What kind of Japanese are you? That's the real question, right? 100%. Yeah, I heard that from a Japanese person. He's like, you know, the kind of Japanese people that move to Hawaii, it's not the good kind of Japanese. It's the bad kind of Japanese. I don't know what I'm doing anymore, guys. I think the coffee was too strong again. I gotta stop making myself coffee. I can never stay focused on selling coffee when I. Yeah, let's do a 12-ounce bag in the medium roast. You like the bad Japanese. People like this medium roast though. 12-ounce bags. There you go. You like the bad Japanese. The Japanese are really interesting, right? They got the Yakuza system where if you're the bad kind of Japanese, they'll just take you in. And now you're the bad kind of Japanese. You don't have to run away to America if you're the bad kind. You can just stay in Japan and they got a whole system for you to take care of you. I think my parents didn't realize that only the bad people come to America. So they came here thinking it was a good place. Now, you know, if they'd stayed in Taiwan, it would have been better for me. On my way back to ROC for me. Are you going back to the ROK? The Rock? The bad kind of Koreans and the good kind of Koreans? Well, there's four. There's the communists. Korea's fun. Here's another 12-ounce bag in the medium Hawaiian. Looks like Scott's gonna get another cheap bag. He's cleaning up today. You like Koreans? I used to like Koreans, and then I married half of one, and now it's like half of one is too much. Too many. It's already too much. Let's try an 8-ounce bag of the Estate Natural. This is the fruity one. Let's see how you guys do on this one. Korean food's really good though. Yep. My wife can cook Korean food. That's a one plus of marrying a Korean. Korean food. Yummy. Not sure about Filipino food. This is an 8-ounce bag of the Estate, guys. This is a $35 bag. Scott Tang. You're killing me today. You like the Hispanic. You know, my wife looks like a Hispanic lady because I don't say this to her, but she's kind of like a Latina because she's half Korean and half Irish, so she could be a Latina. But then my daughter looks 100% Asian, right? She's half Chinese, quarter Irish, quarter Korean. And then the Koreans are like, wow, your daughter looks Korean. Like, thank God she doesn't look Chinese. They're like, thank God your daughter doesn't look Chinese. She looks like one of us. Phew. We thought she was going to come out looking nasty, like a non Korean. Like, we accept her. She looks Korean. I have this whole theory. I call it the gay science. Here I go. Is so you know how when you take a lion and a tiger and if you crossbreed them, they become a liger, but ligers are all gay. They don't reproduce. But then they only reproduce if you put their mother's purebred in the cage with them. So if the mother was a lion and the dad was a tiger, the liger will not reproduce with another liger, and it won't reproduce with a tiger, but it will reproduce with a lion. And it's a thing. So I think that's the same case with gay people. I've looked into this a lot, actually, because we shouldn't talk about this. We shouldn't be talking about this. Is one of those things that gets me banned. Yeah, and that's why I think so many Mexicans and Americans are gay, because they're all hybrids. They're like ligers, but they just need the original purebred on the mother's side, and then they would, or for women it becomes the father's side, so that it's just the gay science. Yeah. It's the gay science. You can map it, like you can to science. You guys don't like the gay science. There's so many Mexicans who buy stuff from me. I don't know what's up with that. Mexicans love me. Probably because, they're looking for that Chinese purebred, because Mexicans are half Chinese from the Mayan times. So that's why Mexicans love me. It goes back to the gay science. See? I told you. You guys are searching for that, purebred indigenous Mayan from the original line, the mother. You're looking for that Chinese mother. It's the gay science. All right, we got an 8-ounce bag of the dark pea berry. How about that? 8-ounce bag of the dark pea berry. $1 start here. It got you weak. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? I'm confused. It's true though, because sometimes you have those gay people, and they'll get married to a woman who's like, I know a lot of gay people, so I've studied it. So but the only anyway, we shouldn't talk about this. It's banned. It's banned. No talking about this. The gay science is banned. It's non-kosher. This is non-kosher science. It's banned. Don't talk about it. Gay scientists do not talk about the gay science. I'm the only one talking. You're right. Don't talk about it. The only rule about gay science is you don't talk about the gay science. All right, you guys got a bag of peaberry for 16 bucks. This show is not working out. I think I should just go pack coffee instead of wasting my time with you guys in the morning. Morning shows never work out anymore. I don't know exactly why that is. That's a really good price. Yeah. A pound of peaberry is 100 bucks. So I have Viegas. I have heard you got red chatted. You got red chatted. Everyone left. They're like, we don't want to hear about this. Yeah, look up lions and tigers. If you mate them, they become ligers, and the ligers will not reproduce except with another lion if their mother was a lion, or another tiger if their mother was a tiger. So I think it's the same case with humans. What do you guys think? Do you think there's any? Come on, put it on record, guys. What do you guys think? Get it on the record. I want. No one wants to go on record about the gay science. My wife would say you shouldn't even be thinking about that. So that's what Melissa thinks. My wife says you shouldn't be thinking about that stuff. All you're doing is generalizing. Humans are unique, every one of them. You can't generalize. That's what she'd say. I'd be like, that's bullshit. Humans aren't unique. They're just lions and tigers and ligers. You guys are ligers. Grow dates. There were some dates. It's a little bit moldy on the island. So dates, we got a lot of mold issues. MF Duck, were you here for the gay science? Where I was telling people, if you take a lion and you mate them with a tiger, they become a liger. But ligers are all gay. They will not reproduce with other ligers. So if you put a group of ligers together, they won't reproduce. But if you take a liger and you put them with a lion, then they'll reproduce. They need to have the purebred form from the mother's side. So I think people are like that too. Unless the mother was a tiger, then you have a Tian, a tiger and a lion. And then Tians will only reproduce with tigers. You put a Tian with a liger, They're not down. You put a T on with a T on, they're not down. Nope. You copied me. You put a T on with a tiger and they're getting it on. They're gonna and that's like my daughter. Now and then so my daughter is now a purebred Asian, even though she's three-fourths Asian and one-fourth. No, they're not getting better. They're not getting better, but it's the best we can do. Better just to sell less stuff. I think that's the solution. All we can do is sell less stuff. One came back. Yep. She's good. She's solid, but still, you know, it's the way you got to do it in Hawaii. It's not like the rest of the world where people are reliable. People aren't here to work. It's this is like what it was in the 1800s, I think, where people just didn't really want to work, or maybe the 1600s, or maybe the 1300s, maybe the 1300s. Yeah, people don't. It's like warm outside, so if you really become poor, you could just go sleep on the beach in a tent. Uh huh. And a lot of people in Hawaii are very old, right? Most of the population here is very old. There aren't that many young people either. Yeah, I mean, we got to pay people who are like 20, what, like 24 now, 25. We're paying them like 25, $30 an hour to pack 6 ounce. We're already pre-packed. I don't think I can redo our packing sizes. We've just gotten used to packing the 2 ounces, so we're not going to change. No more changing. Every time we change something, it becomes a disaster. No more changing. No more elections. Just stop with all the voting. Stop with all the changing. It's not going to fix anything. No, no more. No more changes. No more elections. We just got to stop. No, because if you move here, you're going to be paying $10 a gallon for milk, $6 a gallon for gas. More like 3,000. I mean, if you can work, it's not a terrible thing, but there's no work for professionals, right? Unless you're a doctor. So I see we got an 8 ounce light estate. One bid on that. So the light natural estate is the fruity estate. Dab in my honor. There's a lot of Mexicans moving here. They're taking over the coffee farms. There's another light estate if you guys want it. Yeah, I mean, if you like to work, there's no shortage of work in Hawaii because no one really wants to work here. So pretty much ice. It's we had some ice here, but like everything's too far apart. So ice has a tough time finding the Mexicans, I think. It's different here. I would use a blade grinder, maybe like a Ninja. School system is um depends on where you are. Like one of the schools, the Hawaiians are complaining that there are too many Mexicans. They don't speak any English. Like the teachers aren't paying attention to the English speaking students, so that part's bad. A lot of private schools and charter schools, but you have to pay for that. And then the public schools, depending on which one you go to, some are pretty good. And then are you in Hawaii surfing the cosmos? I hear that they bully the white kids, right? White people are the minority here. So I hear that they bully the white kids. And I talked to some white kids who grew up in Ubers, and they're like, yeah, we got issues when we grow up in Hawaii. So it's good here if you're Asian. It's awesome here if you're Asian. Because like I feel like being Asian here is like being white on the mainland. So like it's awesome. Like the racism goes in your favor. Everyone thinks you're smarter than everyone. You're responsible. It's awesome. So never leaving. You're never getting me to leave here. I don't even think the Asian here's are good at math. Yeah. I don't even think we're very good at anything here. It's just because we're the wrong kind of Asians here. It's the wrong kind, right? We're not the serious Asians. Those people work in corporations. This is where the wrong kind of Asians move to. Uh, what do you want me to run? The 8 ounce of the light light Kona. It's not. It's the wrong kind. Yeah, wrong kind of Chinese people. Wrong kind of Filipinos. The wrong kind of Thai. It's all wrong here. I'm not even paying attention. It's all wrong here. Everything is wrong. Here's a 6 ounce bag of the extra fancy dark, different from the one you just bought. Yeah, I don't really hang out with anyone, so I'm a little bit nervous about printing. Just run each of my items. How about a $1 start on the white Hawaiian? Here's a 2 ounce sample of the white Hawaiian. Do you ever feel claustrophobic? I don't, but my wife does. She doesn't really. She needs people, and she says she gets really upset with her life here. She wishes she was living in New York with all the other. I don't even know what to call them, but she wishes she wants to be around all those types of people, the people who I do not like to be around. So it's a tough predicament. It's a pickle if you move here with somebody who, yep, the communists. She wants to be around communists who are smart and cultured and cool than our other narcissists. Yeah, narcissists, they love other narcissists until they turn on each other, but the narcissists all need other narcissists. Yeah, but then it's too now she doesn't have any friends there, so she's in a predicament because we've been here for too long. And then like all her friends are making not even enough money to pay their rent, so it's just like she doesn't even know how she would survive there. She used to be rich, but they spent all their money on narcissistic things. We don't need to get into that, right? On mental health. They spent it on mental health. Doing some 2 ounce bags of white Hawaiian. I'll do another giveaway, boost our viewers here. Cocaine. 5 Tibetan rites. I'm Chinese, so I don't do Tibetan things. Mm-mm. That's I'm anti-spiritual. I have no spirit. So it's antithetical. Tibetan things are. My mom says Tibet is a part of China. She doesn't. She's Taiwanese, right? So Taiwanese people are still Chinese. She's like, Tibet's a part of China. So the Taiwanese are not sympathetic to Tibetans. Nope. They're like those Tibetans. They should just join China. They're too poor. They spent all their time on spiritual things and now they're starving. I am from New Jersey. I'm just reporting, my mom's from Taiwan, so is my dad. So they're real Chinese people. But ultimately, I'm only like this because I'm from New Jersey, right? New Jersey people, we just talk a lot of, we're very, everyone I met from California thinks there's something wrong with New Jersey people. Hudson County in the house. All the New York people think there's something wrong with New Jersey people. They're like, why don't they respect our feelings? I bet there's actually a conspiracy. It's, like this whole cancel culture really just goes against people from New Jersey. We can't get anywhere with the rest of these people. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I mean the liberals from California. So the whole system is stacked against people from New Jersey because they want us to watch what we say and be sympathetic to people and be nice and not racist, and like that just goes against everything that we were raised with. Folgers is not that great. You're right. Just it's hard. It's hard in this world from people from New Jersey. We have to every instinct. We have to go against our every instinct. 2 ounce fancy. Can't go back. Mass holes. I bet there's a lot of cancer. The tap water in New Jersey is pretty nasty. Thanks, Jelly Jubilee. You got a lot of oil companies there. And then the mob is there. And so, the mob, now we know the mob, they poison each other, right? With the ethnic food. So that's another big reason for cancer is if you're eating out every week and the tap water is not good in New Jersey. The fancy coffee is just like flawless. The beans are flawless. And the beans are denser. perfectly shaped beans, larger beans, denser beans. So we got a few different grades of coffee, right? The OG is our kind of our the coffee that here's a 3 pounder of the OG, guys. Pay attention. 3 pounder of the OG. It's a little bit smoother. The higher grades of coffee are a little bit smoother. But this is 3 full pounds. You can get it for as cheap as your 3 pounds of should be like $45 or more. And this tastes almost like the rest of our coffee, but this is the daily drinking one that you can get. And I wanted to give you guys something that you don't have to spend more money to drink it. And then maybe after you drink this, you'll say, wow, okay, actually, even this coffee is way better than the coffee you guys are getting in the stores. Definitely way better. So it's good stuff. Don't drink don't drink it out of the Gulf of America. Very hard to taste the difference, yeah. All right. Dementia Dan, New Jersey in the house. Gulf of America. We got to change the name. Interior designers know what they're doing. We need to change the name. It'll make everything better. What else should we do here? Here, I'll give you guys a chance to get a 12-ounce bag of the OG for something really cheap, $15. So if you want a $15 bag, mm, my neck. Sure, I'll run another 3 pounder, but I gotta run that 3 pounder for 45. I can't risk getting. So if you want 3 pounder, actually don't have that many of those left. Let me see if I have it. Here we go. Thanks, Dementia. The dollar makes a difference. That's the New Jersey sales tax. The gas pumping tax. That's right. You got to pump your own gas. Oh no, they pump your gas in New Jersey. That's right. So like, I didn't know how to pump my own gas because I was from New Jersey. 3.5% on top of it. And you can't tip the gas attendant. I can. I gotta use the bathroom, guys. I'll be right back. JD, they never deny the tip. I thought it was. I usually drink. You're a green. How'd you get a green chat? Are you just green? Will I taste the OG dark? Um, there will be a little bit of difference. You know, the fancy is gonna be smoother and maybe a little bit richer, but very hard to taste the difference. Oh, cool. McShane, two greens. McShane, you know, I used to think I had this thing in my head. I used to think it was a saying you should never. I thought it was an Irish saying that you should never trust a Mick, right? Because you guys came from Scotland. But then I looked it up, and no one ever said that before. It's kind of like the Mandela effect. Like it's something I just made up. I don't know. I don't know where that came from. Hey, that New Jersey trash couple was me and my wife. Green chats. All right, we got an 8 ounce dark peaberry. I think I still have more dark peaberry. I can't run these at dollar starts though, because you guys are not. Did I offend McShane? He left. He's like, I'm not here to be harassed. Dark peaberry. Dark estate. Spaceman. How do you get points? Do you get points for bidding? I'm just running random things now. Daily tasks. So they make you work. And now you guys are doing work for whatnot. Where did McShane go? I feel bad. He left. He's like so $12 maximum shipping. Sure shows, tap the daily screen, check in, make 5 bids, 10 minutes of watch time. It's a lot of work. I don't know if I can. Maybe I'll do one a honey auction. There you go. Let's see. Do I have any honey in the show? I do. All right. One auction on the honey. Zombox from Albuquerque. You know, when I was in Albuquerque, I think they used one of those microwave voice guns on my head because I woke up in the middle of the night and I heard someone go, Ed, Ed, and no one was there. I think they were trying to scare me. But see, I'm not. TikTok was like, they're trying to make you think you're crazy. I'm like, I just love being crazy. So it's like, you can make me think I'm crazy and I'm just having a great time. And so you can't get me for being crazy because I enjoy being crazy. Hey, See, I don't understand why that's not being red chatted, Dolo. But they don't know the gay science, right? I'm 100% Chinese, so I don't. It doesn't work like that for me. You got to be a Liger or a Tion, and then let's do another one. The gay science. Did I tell you Zombox about the gay science? So so if you take a lion and a tiger and you mate them, they become a liger, right? And ligers are gay except for other lions. So you put them in a room full of tigers or other ligers, they don't reproduce. But if you put them in a room with lions, then they'll get it on. So it's the gay. Same with tigers and lions, they become tions, and tions will not reproduce with other tions. They refuse. They're like, oh, tions are gross. They're like, I don't want anything to do with other tions. But if you put them in a room with tigers, right, they go crazy. So I wonder if that's like Americans. Americans see other Americans like, oh, no, that's gross. I'm not fucking with that. But you put them in a room with Europeans or Japanese people, or then they go crazy. Like, yeah, that's what we're about. It's a country full of Tions and Ligers. And Tions and Ligers, they're not into other Tions and Ligers, but you put them in a room with tigers or you put them in a room with lions and they go crazy. Then they're reproducing all day. Yeah. I don't know about Thai people. A lot of them look, Thai people are like 30% Chinese. I'm just going to talk about being Chinese. How about that? Thai people. A lot of Thai people remind me of my dad, but we're not the same. I think they said Thailand originated from a particular court in China, like one royal court of China, like one day escaped to Thailand after they got conquered, and then they formed Thailand, something like that. I don't really like Thai people. Like, I'm not attracted to them, so I don't need to be careful. But you need to be careful. You need to be careful. We had this Thai guy working for us, and he told me he was an extreme case of human trafficking. So he got his green card. I can't grind your beans, unfortunately. China bros. I don't like Chinese people either, Henry. Yeah, I don't like Chinese people. I crack myself up. Yeah, we can't grind the coffee at we're sending an airmail and it tends for some reason the ground well not for some reason the ground coffee is degassing and it tends to cause our bags to explode. I don't like Chinese Americans either. No. I like Japanese people. Stop Asian hate. I used to think when people were saying stop Asian hate, they were talking about me. Like they wanted to stop me because I'm Asian hate. So I got banned on my Facebook, kicked off my LinkedIn. They're like, stop Ed. He keeps hating on everyone. Stop Asian hate. Well, but during COVID, Henry. I like them all, Henry. During COVID, I'd be traveling in places in the US and there were people like following me around. So that was real. So I stopped traveling in the US after that. They'd like follow they'd like you'd see like these local mobsters just like tracking me, like pointing at me, and so after that I stopped traveling in the US. It's too dangerous. You guys are crazy. People from New Jersey, it's stacked against us. We're not allowed to speak our minds and our hearts. It's stacked against us. It is. We need to take over. New Jersey needs to take over and things would get better. Everyone else, they don't know what they're doing. You guys are bad. Being honest is selfish. I really hope. I don't think the Pope's gonna do it. He doesn't have it in him. He's weak. The Pope is too weak. He doesn't have it in him to run for office. He's just gonna hide in the Catholic Church where they love him, but they don't where they don't vote. The Pope couldn't survive. He wouldn't. He couldn't survive in a real election. He can. He only wants bishops to vote for him. The seafood is good in Massachusetts, right? The seafood is good. I was in Massachusetts and I was working with this guy from NASA, and he started taking me to all these lobster dinners. And next thing I knew, I was in Egypt. So I wonder if that was like my form of the steak and lobster before you get. Next thing I knew, I was in Egypt. I didn't know it's in Egypt and doing the Syrian war. Next thing I knew, I think they must put meth in the lobster dinners because I woke up one day, I was in Egypt. I was like, what the fuck? It's the only explanation. Yeah. Time traveled. Not ancient Egypt, modern Egypt. That place was a mess. That place was, when I went there was garbage everywhere. It was just garbage, trash everywhere. It was a mess. It was when the Muslim Brotherhood was in charge, so they didn't have time to pick up the trash. Time travel. I'm time traveling every day. Here's some peaberry. King Tut. Tutankhamun. He was Tootin the Common. He was from New Jersey. King Tut was from New Jersey. He was Tutankhamun. Tootin is common. That's right. It's all in English. Hieroglyph. Ancient Egyptians spoke English. That's my goal in life, is to get everyone to start reading hieroglyphics. And it's actually English. It's amazing. Yeah, it's actually in English. All of it. All of it is in English. If you can see it on my TikTok, I go through the entire Egyptian Book of the Dead, and I translate and I show you that it's actually just English. And no one recognized that except one of my woofers. And they showed me that, and I was like, "You're crazy." But then I looked into it, and it was true. It was English. The Darkest Estate. You like The Dark Estate? Rooster Farms Coffee. You gave up. You realized it was in English? I've never met anyone else who's realized that, except for the person who told me that. But it's tough because then you run into scholars and they're like, "Oh no, it's some weird Semitic language that we don't understand." Like The Darkest State, not the extra dark. The Darkest State's really good. Let's do a regular estate rather than natural. Natural estate's a little bit kind of like a, what do you call it? A little bit of a novelty, whereas our regular estate gives you that nice, smooth, sweet flavor that you might be looking for. Um, Here we go. If you guys want a dark estate, I'll run a $1 auctions. 8 ounces, guys. This is a $70 a pound coffee. It's just English. I can read it, but I don't want to talk about that. That's we don't need to talk about that. People get really hostile. I used to have hieroglyphics hung up in my house, and people would actually come into the house and rip it down. And I was like, wow, people are hostile towards hieroglyphics. It's like, what is that? Like, people would come into my home. I don't know who was doing it, but I had hieroglyphics like on my walls, and they'd rip it down. I think it was Christians or something, or Catholics. They were coming into my home and ripping down all of my hieroglyphics and like vandalizing my hieroglyphic books. I was like, what? They're just things I don't understand. I think it was the Catholics, yeah. The Catholics, the local Catholics messed with us a long time, but then they lost all their funding. So I was really happy about that. 8 ounce bag, Estate Dark Roast. Yeah. So I don't trust people anymore. They got stuff going on. Just doesn't agree with me. But I do want the Pope to be president. Here's a good estate sale. I do want the Pope to be president. I think that would be awesome. I don't trust my wife either. Like, I trust her, like she's a nice person, but I don't trust her to do anything or to watch out for my interests or to support me in any way. And it's better that way. When I used to trust her, I got so disappointed. I got angry at her. But just like Mexicans, I don't trust Mexicans. I don't trust my wife. Now it's like, it's awesome. It's like no matter what they do, it doesn't matter because I never trusted them to begin with. And instead of trusting them, I verify, and then it works. I don't trust you either, Henry. I don't trust any of you. It's fine. Who needs trust? It's better not to trust than, you know, then I'm never disappointed. If you screw me over, it's my own fault. I should have been watching out. And so I can't be mad at you. I can only be mad at myself. Whereas before, if you screwed me over, then I'm like, oh, this is a bad person. This is a person who wants to rip me off. But it's like, no, I shouldn't have trusted you to begin with. You guys are getting a deal on this Estee coffee here, guys. Deal. I don't trust doctors. Definitely don't trust lawyers. Definitely don't trust lawyers. Uh, do I have a dark extra fancy? I do. I have a little bit of dark extra fancy. I'll run that for you. That one. This is a really good dark extra fancy. And I bought the other day. I bought 100 pounds of what was supposed to be extra fancy from my neighbor. But then when I went over, I looked at the tag. It was actually just fancy. He ripped me off. But I'm not mad because I didn't trust him. I knew he was ripping me off. And my whole attitude was, I'm going to pay him because he's my neighbor. And it's like paying your taxes. So I expect I'll get ripped off one time. So this new attitude of not trusting people makes it so I can keep all my friendships. Whereas before I just trusted people, and every time someone ripped me off, I'd judge them. I'd be like, "You're a bad person. I can't be your friend." But now I'm just like, I expected you to rip me off. All right. Um, Let me see if I have the dark extra fancy. I have that in 6 ounce. And my wife, it's not so much that I don't trust her. She's really trustworthy in some ways, but she's extremely gullible. So she gets ripped off all the time. And then when I'm like, just got ripped off, she gets mad at me. And so I can't trust her to manage anything because she's constantly just getting ripped off. Here's the dark extra fancy. I got to run this one at full price because it's expensive for me. And this isn't the one that I got ripped off on. This is real extra fancy. Whereas the other one was not extra fancy, it was just a fancy. But he sold it to me as extra fancy, like I wouldn't know. People think I'm stupid. People say I'm really good at playing stupid. And I'm like, I'm not playing. I really am stupid. But I'm wising up. I'm wising up. So, what else are we doing here? I'll give you 3 pounds of dark estate for $110. Dementia Dan, you missed the extra fancy. Aloha, Aria. How are our sales doing? Not decent sales. $12 maximum shipping on this show, so the first item's gonna seem expensive, but after that, you guys gotta 3 pounds, guys. 3 pounds of estate coffee. Mac the Knife, how you doing? I'm just talking about how I don't trust my wife, but it's better that way. As a guy, you wanna merge with your partner. You want to share everything, but that just gets you in trouble. You don't want to trust her, and then 'cause they don't think like that. How about we do a 2 ounce medium peaberry, $1 auction. Definitely. To trust is good. Not to trust is better. I say that every morning to myself. To trust is good. Not to trust is better. Every morning I wake up, like, just remember that, Ed. Just remember that. Don't go back to your old self. And then you're never disappointed. Never disappointed. I think you got the off grade. Trusting not to trust. That's right. I thought of that too. So sometimes you do have to trust a little bit. right, surfing? Because then I'm trusting not to trust, and you can't trust that either. You're right. I love him. I love myself. I'm like, that guy's awesome. I crack myself up. I look in the mirror and I just start laughing. I crack myself up. A lot of times my wife is like, your daughter's always like, what is that sound? And I'm like, that's your daddy laughing. Like, why is he laughing? And she's like, I don't know. That's just what daddy does. I'm pretty happy, yeah. You can't get me. Can't get me down. What else are we doing? Here's a dark Hawaiian. You guys, some of you guys have gotten past that shipping threshold. You should start taking advantage. Taking advantage of the W Nick man. I only don't trust other people because I don't trust myself with how much I trust people. It all comes back to me. Socrates was a pedophile. there was a there was a passage. You guys ever read Frogs by Aristophanes? Aristophanes, I think that's him. There's a passage where Socrates was with one of his students, and they're chatting, about Socratic things, and then one of his other student comes by and spits at Socrates. This is in the play by Aristophanes. I think it was Frogs. There was another one, and then the Socrates students asked Socrates, "How come he did that?" Socrates is like, "I don't know." And Socrates was a pedophile. Jersey guy. We're just talking about how all the cards are stacked against people from New Jersey because we say things that we're not supposed to say, and then we get canceled because everyone else is too sensitive. All right, guys. So $12 max shipping per show. That's the current for this show. Surfing the Cosmos, getting the $2. Oop, that's my wife's pile of stuff. All right, no one wants the dark Hawaiian. How about some fancy Kona White? And this is the fancy that I got sold as extra fancy, but it's only fancy. He got me. He jacked me. Jacked me for $1. But this is the same fancy that's been still flawless beans. So get the white coffee. This is the energy drink. Should be $8 or more. What is it like? But you guys get it for whatever it goes for here. I had a touch of white coffee, but the white coffee just makes it so I can't do shows. I even this show is already pretty bad, but it gets way worse than this when I drink the white coffee. So I try to lay off now. I just can't focus on the coffee. But the white coffee though is just anti-inflammatory, flushes your inflammation away. It supports healthy blood sugar levels, supports healthy joints, supports healthy muscles. It's good for your skin. Actually prevents formation of melanin, so it keeps your skin light if that's important to you. Blocks the tan. I was pretty orange the other day. Now I'm getting a little bit more tan, less tan. MF Duck, half white, half dark. It's the Mexican coffee. The mulatto coffee. That I shouldn't have said that either. Isn't that a bad word? Mulatto coffee. Shouldn't have said that. I have Tourette's, guys. You guys are discriminating against somebody with Tourette's. I have verbal Tourette's. If you tell me I can't say it, I just want to say it. It's gotten me in a lot of trouble for a long time. You too. You're like that too. That's why. That's why I'm not gonna say it. Burrito bandito. Are you Mexican too? How come all my customers are Mexican? I don't understand. What is going on here? All right, we got 3 pounds. How about I do a $1 start on 3 pounds of white coffee, white Hawaiian coffee, guys? Should we do this? Let's do it. You know, Vlad is just Brad, right? Vlad is the Russian form of Brad because a V is a B and an L is an R. So it's just Brad. Brad Putin. Lohi boy, how you doing? How does Trump keep his orange complexion? That's a good question. Just Brad Putin. Doesn't sound as scary when you call him Brad. 3 pounds for $63. That's great. It's a great price. How about 3 pounds of the OG? We got 3 pounds of the OG. I've been pretty okay. This is dark OG, almost as good as the Hawaiian. This was also just roasted on Monday. So for you guys who've tried the OG, you guys probably know the OG's practically as good as the Hawaiian. Thinking about gifting my boss. He'll be more focused, or he'll start rambling. You're canceling your boss. Smells like peanut butter and makes you euphoric. That's very true. Should be 45 bucks or more. Guys are getting this for 32. Keone. Keone is George. Yep. Keanu. You know what I find weird, Lohi boy, is you got people from the mainland who moved to Hawaii and they suddenly they change their name and they have this Hawaiian name. I'm not sure about those people either. Off grid means it's the least dense beans. All of our coffees should not give you any acid reflux. None of our coffee should give you any acid reflux. They're trans Hawaiian. We got a 12-ounce bag. This one definitely won't give you acid reflux. The 12-ounce Hawaiian dark. The trans plants. You know, I didn't really realize I was Chinese until I moved to Hawaii. You guys can ponder that for a while. No, I'm serious. This is $35 bag, guys. 11 bucks. Come on. Come on. What are you guys doing? Paying 11 bucks for this bag? I'll do this one more time. Come on, guys. One more time. This is a $35 bag. Oh, now you're bidding above it, 11 bucks. We do have some Peaberry Thrill, huh? I'll do this dark Hawaiian, a few more bags of these. Yeah, I didn't really realize I was Chinese until I got to Hawaii. Hawaii is like super racist, you know? So it's like then suddenly I realized, oh, actually I'm Chinese. Because all the different gangs, they like treated me like I was not part of their gang. So I was like, oh, interesting. I used to think I was, you know, American, but I'm Chinese, Taiwanese. Actually, then COVID really stuck that in. All right, one more try. One more try on this Hawaiian dark. Taco Bell makes you poop. Taco Bell can make you poop. I not even the Hawaiians are racist. Just like the transplants in Hawaii are racist. The Hawaiians are like super mixed. Yeah, you guys aren't racist. You guys are cool. I'm racist. You guys aren't racist. You guys are cool. $16. All right, no more of these. That's it. Guys are getting these for less than the cost to pick it. What do you want me to do more of, Holland? Run some Hawaiian white. Yes, I can do that, Larry. I can't do any more. Can I cancel the first order? You can just cancel the first order, Dementia. You don't have to tip me. You can tip me if you want. I can do some more OG dark. Run some Hawaiian white. Yes, light, medium, roast. I have the the only light roast I have is the light natural estate, which is a light medium. I can do an OG dark. I'll run some white. So this is the only light that we have right now. I might have some light Hawaiian actually. Excuse me. And you wanted the OG dark. Here's the 3 pounds of the OG. Let me see if I have the Hawaiian light. I do have some Hawaiian light. Let me run some of that. That's what I drank yesterday. That was tasty. A little bit tartar than. I'm really nervous about printing these labels. I got to enter your shipping information one by one. Got to put the tracking into whatnot. It's freaking crazy. Gonna be here for like all day. Um, I should just do that during the show. And I gotta, oh my God, where's my, there it is. And I gotta use ChatGPT to fish out all of the I gotta figure out how to do the batch. All I'm doing is complaining. What am I doing? Tú puedes, compa. What am I doing? What am I doing, guys? I remember now. We're gonna do you want a light, right? A light Hawaiian. We did the OG dark. Did you get your OG dark? You got it. You want the white Hawaiian. Let me run that. This is the white Hawaiian. Here you go. How'd you end up picking up a coffee farm? You know, I was working on this air fixation technology that can convert the air into fertilizer. And my wife and I were taking a vacation in Hawaii, and we were crazy back then. Like, so she was like, "Oh, let's buy this farm." I was like, "Okay." Now we're like stuck here. And her family used to have a lot of money, so we used to be able to do whatever we wanted, and then they lost all their money, so now it's like we're just stuck here. But now it's good. It's better this way because otherwise we'd be traveling to New York and getting poisoned and dealing with communists. So it's much better this way, actually. But yeah, this farm is really cheap, relatively cheaper than most homes. Here's a bag of the light Hawaiian. Pretty, very, very sparse. Yeah. I think this whole island has 180,000 people. So I really like that. No people here. No communists. There's still communists here. I see. Dan, you got interesting. Okay. Thanks, Dementia Dan. Appreciate it. I did cancel your order just now. I think communists are like, when the cops arrest you and then they don't press charges, but now you got to work for them. I think communism happens when all those people unite and then take over. And so they're already part of this network of people that have its inside information. It's just that now instead of working for the cops, they now suddenly they're in charge. And so it's really no good. And you don't know about those people until you become one of them or you become a cop, right? So, so it's not really like they already have some power. It's just then they became the leadership instead of being run by the cops. Because right now, those people, like the local drug dealers and prostitutes and petty thieves, they're all run by the cops. So, but then when they unite and take over, then they become the Communist Party, and now they're the ones in charge, and now the cops work for them. It's not really that. It's not really a great system. Here's some white Hawaiian. I used to live there. I don't know if it's really full of communists. They're run by communists because I ran a campaign and spit on my cag. That's right, Dementia Dan. They got rid of you. Yeah, now they really are communists. Right? I was saying, but I'm happy about that. I'm actually happy that now they're being locked into the system. Like they're being punished. I think they got to put an extra tax on people living in New York so they don't try to run. So this way if they sell, they need to pay a tax to the communists. This way it's just payback. So I was really happy when they elected to get to themselves to become imprisoned. I was like, this is awesome. This is perfect punishment for them. So I was really happy about that. So this is our white Hawaiian coffee. This is also roasted on Saturday, and then there's more being roasted today. So freshly roasted white coffee. The white coffee stays good for a long time, but you do want to keep it dry. That's the only problem. It's very good at absorbing moisture out of the air. So let's do another giveaway here. Thanks, Dementia Dan. New Jersey in the house. Uh, New Jersey in the house. My wife said there's no daycare today. It's today Thursday. So Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I get to sleep at the farm. I get to, and I get the best sleep. So today is my last day of freedom. It's 9:14 in the morning. It's 9:14. Do you know where your kids are? I still drive to town and hang out with Willow. I hang out with her from 3 to 7. I have her exclusively. And then, hey, Death Doors. Sorry about the honey. And Sandon, sorry about the honey. The honey with the small caps worked really well. The honey with the big caps did not work. So if I do the honey again, I will only do the bigger caps, I think. Mm, what else should I do here? How about some more Estate Dark? Regular Estate Dark. I'll do an 8-ounce bag of the regular Estate Dark. They do like coffee flowers. We're a little bit too far up the hill for bees, though. So here's an 8-ounce bag of Estate Dark, guys. This is a $40 value, $35. We sell these for $70 a pound. They don't like the moisture. Yeah, they get mold. They get mold issues. The bees. We do have coffee further down the road where it's hotter, but then most of this honey is like wild honey. It's like a Christmas berry. It's Christmas berry, ohia, just wild flowers. 8 ounces for 13 bucks. You're getting 8 ounces of 8 ounces of Kona for 20 bucks. All right, how about the extra dark? Here's an 8 ounce of the extra dark. I only have a few of these, maybe one or two of them. So 8 ounce of the extra dark here. You guys are getting some deals today. Yeah, that's a trick, right? You can pay the shipping on the first one, get it canceled, and now your shipping's still free. That's a good trick. I wonder if they got I wonder if whatnot. Oh, it didn't work. They still charge you new shipping. Is that 9 bucks for 8 ounces? Jeez. All right, guys, this is not working. I'll give you 8 ounces for 20 bucks. If you guys want a 20 buck, this one's the one. This is coffee with oil on it. So if you have oil, if you like the oily coffee, this is the one that will give you some oil on it. And let's see how ChatGPT will do on converting your shipping slips into your packing slips into a CSV. Nelson Perez, thanks for tolerating my my in my stuff. Um, let's see if ChatGPT. I don't know if everyone does. I think there are definitely some people that don't appreciate me. That's the problem, though. The people who don't appreciate you, they don't tell you. They just disappear. Like the people who don't appreciate my wife, if they just all told her what the problem was, it'd be so much better. Then I would be able to then. But now she thinks everyone loves her, but then no one wants to talk to her. And the people who don't like her, they disappear. And so I don't know. No, that worked. That's cool. And it gives the ounces. That's awesome. ChatGPT. How'd you know about the dog sitter? My wife isn't violent, so I'm not worried about that. At least I'm not worried about her murdering me. Let's do another givey. after I die. You know how they give, you know how actually, oh boy, you'll know this. You know how Hawaiians, keep the placenta and you're supposed to bury it under a tree. So we had two Hawaiians living with us a while back. One of them was pregnant, so she had her kid at the farm here, and she wanted to give us her placenta to bury under a tree. So she gave us the placenta and we buried it. It has to be a special tree, right? But we buried it under a tree, and it was a shit show because then the dogs came and dug it out up and dragged it all over the farm, and oh my god, so that was a shit show. Yeah. What kind of tree does it have to be buried? I forgot. What the Yeah, so that didn't work out. That did not work out. We're just a shit show here. I'll give you guys Estate Dark for 20 bucks. I also have some Estate Medium. I don't really know what I'm doing today. I'm just kind of doing it. Those are the best days, though, when you're not even really paying attention. You're just flying. If the tree has, oh, interesting. We buried it under a coffee tree. And coffee trees actually they can live a few hundred years. So we have some of the original Kona coffee trees, and they're still going. We have one that we never pruned, and it became a full canopy. So kind of cool like that. What are we doing next? How about we do another 3 pounds? Better not. That's too risky. We'll do a 12. How about we do 12 ounces for 22 bucks? 12 ounce of the Hawaiian for $22. Do I sound like PBS? We have a very calming voice. Covers everything. Ligers and Tions, the gay science. So I wonder, if it's actually Neanderthals who are crossbred with humans. Those people are like Tions, right? So the Neanderthals. So you ever notice? You ever notice a lot of tops have big jaws? So everyone always thinks I'm a top because I got the big jaw, and I'm like, no, it's not me. This is why I know so much, because you got a lot of people thinking I'm a top because I got the big jaw. Let me see if I get that. Pedos got that look on their face. They kind of look like they're, a little bit guilty, but also they want to laugh it off. You ever notice that? So they got that kind of guilty, but I want to pretend it's not a big deal look. I don't think humans really have the technology to do all the things the conspiracy theories attribute to us, like chemtrails, mind control, all that stuff. I don't think we have the technology, and I think it's actually aliens. that are doing it are ghosts. And I think we want the government to be the one that's in control of all this stuff. But I actually think we're super low technology. Like, we're really pathetic in the level of technology that we actually have. And so all these conspiracy theories are attributing powers that the surface humans just don't even have. And it's actually aliens or some other advanced civilization that's doing all this stuff to us. So my opinion in general about conspiracies is that we wish we wish it was a conspiracy, but it's actually just we're too pathetic to be able to pull off most of the stuff that we wish the government was in charge of. We're actually just too pathetic. All right. Recipient name. Thanks, Crocodile. Time's on my side. You're gonna try other people's coffee, but you'll never find something as good as mine. And you're gonna come running back to me, but my shipping's no good. So that's a problem. But I do think the people who are worried, I don't hang out with gay people anymore. I thought they were a blessing for my wife, because, like, women need guys to hang around. But as a guy, you don't want them hanging around a bunch of straight guys. But now all the gay people, they don't like my wife anymore. She's gotten too demanding. So they remember why they're gay, I think, when they're around my wife. So they stopped hanging around my wife. They're like, I can't handle. They even told her, it's like, you're just too much. Like, you're just too much. I was like, I know. Only a straight guy would tolerate that. And yeah, so gay people no longer hang out with my wife. They used to, right? But they don't hang out with her anymore. Ever since she had a kid, they don't want to hang out with her anymore. They pray for me. Kona Estate Dark. Let me run one of those. I'll just give you the Kona Estate Dark for 20 bucks today, guys. Today's catch up on all the sales we missed from the raised shipping price day. So if you guys want a Kona Estate for 20 bucks, here it is. When I met my wife in high school, she said she was a lesbian. So it was one of those. So she was in with all the gays and the lesbians. Her brother is a eunuch, crocodile. She doesn't like eunuchs. Like a like a real eunuch. But she doesn't you don't want to call her a eunuch. She'll get offended about that. So, you don't want to be calling them eunuchs. They don't like that. You know, there was a law in Italy in the 1870s, I believe, where they banned people getting eunuched because so many parents were doing it to their kids because it was seen as shortcut, the shortcut to becoming famous. Because if you became a eunuch, you could join the opera as a castrati, and you could be one of those special singers. And so everyone in Italy was doing it in the late 1800s. They were getting all their kids to become eunuchs so they could become castrati singers in the opera. And the Italian government had to ban parents making their kids into eunuchs. They thought it was like the shortcut to fame and fortune. Food for thought. Some food for thought for you guys. You know, this might actually work. Hey, where'd my shippo go? Yummy. JD Vance. White Zombie. You know, I knew JD Vance was the anointed one because he killed the Pope. And then he started talking about cats. And I remember White Zombie had a song about cats. And so I knew he's the chosen one by Satan. Yesterday, there was a car painted red with devil horns behind me. And I said, oh, that's a sign from Satan that Satan is behind me. He's got my back. Cat's Eye Resurrection. That's the song by White Zombie. All right. So when JD Vance was talking about, you know, the how I think women, single women with cats, and she was like, they're like cats, and then so he said something about racist about cats, and I was like, White Zombie, cats, Cat's Eye Resurrection. This guy's gonna be president. He killed the Pope. Like, there's no like he's the Antichrist. He's the one we've all been waiting for. He's here. He has arrived. He's arrived. He's here. He's here. This is the only opportunity. He's arrived. He's married to a Hindu. Like, how much clearer can it get? He's the anointed one to lead us to victory. JD Vance. You heard about it. He killed the Pope. I mean, you can't get any clearer than that. Like, he visited the Pope and then that night he died. How much clearer can it get, guys? How much clearer can it get? Doesn't get any clearer than that. All right. What are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? You guys have any requests? So I think, God used Donald Trump to bring us the Antichrist. So Donald Trump is he thinks he's the Antichrist, but he's not. He's actually just the doormat for JD Vance. All the signs killed the Pope, White Zombie, Cat's Eye Resurrection. Like it's like so clear. Hindu wife. Like this is he's the one. He's the no. He's here. He has arrived. He's the White Zombie. I don't have any stories. What kind of stories you want to hear? There again, you can vote twice, Death Doors. You don't have to just vote once. Don't limit yourself. Vote early and vote often. That's what the Democrats say. Vote early and vote often. All I have to say is vote early and vote often. Don't limit yourself. You don't want limiting beliefs like you could only vote once. Don't limit yourself. Don't. They say rich people don't have limiting beliefs, so don't go teaching your kids you can only vote once. Vote early, vote often. That's what they say. That's right. You can register in multiple states, right? A vote for me is a vote against the democracy. So if you guys want to vote against the democracy, please give me your vote. A vote for the empire. A vote to put an end to their democracy. Vote for me. Put an end to their democracy. A vote to end all votes. A vote to end all votes. What do you guys say? We could do it. We're voting to end all voting. A vote for me is a vote against the democracy. There's only gonna, I didn't even vote for myself. I voted for someone else. All right. Do you guys want to buy anything? 44 people. That's all we need. Vote against your freedom. Vote for my freedom, not yours. Only some people can be free. If you're more free, I'm less free. You know what book I found inspirational? Melissa, that's too low. I can't do that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Melissa. 36 is too low. Um, Jeb Blount, Sales Gravy. You guys ever heard about Sales Gravy? I read that book and I was inspired. I was inspired. Just pick up the phone and sell, sell, sell. Inspirational. Jeb Blount. If you guys need if you guys need some inspiration in your life, read Jeb Blount's Sales Gravy. Freedom for everyone means less freedom for everyone. Does that mean pedophiles should be free? to pedophile. So freedom for everyone means less freedom for pedophiles. That's right. Not everyone in the world can be free. Okay, I'm gonna stop talking about pedophiles. In the past, if I said pedophiles too many times, I'd get in a car accident. I could do that, Melissa. 40 is okay. It's just the margins are really tight on that. Ceramic coffee maker. Yes. I used to say that to my friends at Columbia. They'd be like, everyone should be free." I was like, not everyone can be free. The more freedom one person has, the less freedom another person has. And they get really mad at me. They didn't like the things I had to say. I remember I wrote a paper, Corruption is Love. And they didn't, there was a radical feminist, and she didn't like that. Because, like, corruption is the only thing that kept the Soviet Union functional. She didn't like that. They did. They car accident dented me once, and after that, I never. I stopped talking about it. So, and if the only time I talk about it, it's not to criticize them because I don't want to get into another car accident. Where's that offer, Melissa? I was gonna. Here we go. I was gonna accept it. There you go. So I don't get involved. I'm just an immigrant. They know to stay away from my daughter, and that's all that matters to me. It's not none of my business. Because I told you guys, right? Like after I got in the car accident, the pedophiles sent all their kids to my farm to like it was really weird. It was all these pedophiles. And they'd be like, so you're gonna but they were like, they were 18 to 23, so they weren't really kids anymore. But the parent, I guess they didn't get their kids didn't get picked up by a real pedophile, so they sent them to my farm, and the parents would be winking at me like, "You're gonna train our kids, right? You're gonna teach them." Uh, and then the crazy part is Facebook every morning would tell me that what I should do with these kids. And for a while I was just going along with it. So I bet a lot of pedophiles are like that too, that they have these things telling them what to do, and they start to make you think you have to. I started thinking I have to, you know, and then after a while I was like, this is weird. So I just got rid of them. I did a 9/11. I can talk about. I did a 9/11 on my farm. Did you give the parents that look you gave us? Like, I also think they got uh, do the mug. How much is it? I don't have a mug. See you later, burrito bandit. So, so I think a lot of pedophiles are probably. And then there's this one kid who was actually a real pedophile. He was, and I kept telling my wife, this guy's a pedophile. I know it. He had that look on his face, like, "Oh, I'm not even doing it right," but he had that pedophile look on his face, and I was like, this guy's a pedophile. I know it. And like my social media was telling me he was a pedophile, and my wife wouldn't believe me. And then the guy's wife started telling everybody that this guy's a pedophile. I was like, I told you he's a pedophile. And now all of a sudden my wife's calling the cops, being like, oh my god, it's a pedophile living on our hills. Like, I've been telling you for years he's a pedophile. But she just ignores that. But so it's like I can't trust my wife with anything. Just like the reaction is just doesn't make any sense. It's like, They're everywhere. I bet they're here. They want to make sure that I'm not making fun of them. So the mug. I don't have a mug. You're talking about this mug? I don't have any mugs. The coffee maker. You guys need another coffee maker. Sure, yeah, let me run that. I ran one before and I think someone bought it, right? I think the whole pedophile thing comes from the Byzantine Empire. I think that the name of that, the Byzantine, because it's like in a business, you do hire underage kids to work for you, and like we hear from Trump and all of them how that was a recruiting ground for pedophiles. So it's the Byzantine Empire, and I think so. I think that even though that empire dissolved, the tradition of how they controlled the subject countries is still there, which is they used business and teens to control the societies that weren't formally under their domination. Thousands of years of tradition, right? That's why the Catholic Church and the Europeans, they all have that. The elite is the pedophiles because they were actually servants of the Byzantine Empire. Oh shit! I ran a $2 start. I'm sorry, guys. Damn it. I hate when I do that because then, like, the last person who bought it feels like they got ripped off. There's 15. Anyone else? Don't let go for balls. Get it for $2. I'm sorry, Lohi boy. I have it. My settings are messed up, so I tried to run another one, and then yeah, maybe you'll get the next one for $2. That would be better. Or maybe you guys will outbid each other. There you go. All right, you average. You got a good average price. The Byzantine empires, which only broke up in 1452. So they knew about the New World. It was only the Europeans who didn't know about it because they were under the flat Earth conspiracy, which was designed to keep the Germanic people, fenced off in the little corner of Europe. They never ventured outside of Europe until until they broke through that conspiracy. So that conspiracy was to keep the Germanic people confined in Europe because they didn't want them to know that there was a whole new world out there. They didn't want that. So the flat earth conspiracy. What other conspiracies are there that are like that? What other conspiracies are like that? I say my wife is expensive too, but actually she's relatively cheap. My wife is tell your husband you're actually relatively cheap and that he's lucky. I think if my wife said that to me, I'd be like, you're right. You're actually not that expensive compared to a lot of other people. You're well worth the price. Huh. That's interesting. All right. What are we doing here? You guys have any requests? 3 pounds of Estate Dark for 110 bucks. That's a really good deal here. That's less than 40 bucks a pound for Estate coffee. Still gonna be tough. No, I'm not gonna do another one of those. I'm sorry, guys. You guys gotta be paying 15 bucks for those. If you want another one, these are 15 bucks. I can't do them for 2 bucks. Just run it because you have the price stickers on the bottom. I've told you to take off 100 times. There's no price stickers on any of these. All right. All right, guys. I think I think we're done. We're done for the day. You guys have any other requests? I think we're done for the day. So last request, if you guys got that free shipping. Oh yeah. Oh, look at that. You're right. Yucca Outpost. I got this at the Albuquerque airport. 13.99. One of the best mugs I've ever gotten. The Byzantine Empire. Remember that, guys. I do have some honey. But I need to run them at, I'll give it to you for 23. I gotta factor in the extra weight. So if you guys want some honey, here's some 3 pounds of honey. I need to eat more honey. Did I tell you guys how I let ants crawl into my honey and then I eat the honey with the ants? Because ants are a potent antioxidant and they're full of nitrous oxide. Good for your muscles too. hmm Honey covered ants. Would you guys buy honey covered ants? You can see there. Can you see the ants in there? I don't know if you can see them. But there's a lot of ants floating around in this honey. And so I just drink it with the ants in there. No, it's good. So if you guys want some honey, mm, that's what I'm talking about. You know, the big ants. You like to eat the big ants. There are no ants in Iceland. That's good to know. A moth. Moths are dangerous to eat. I think moths, you don't want to eat moths. I hear moths are poisonous. So you got tricked. You don't want to eat bugs. All right. No last requests. So I'll see you guys later. To the Byzantine Empire and Socrates.